Ini adalah contoh struktur kawalan dwi pilihan, iaitu algoritma bercabang kepada dua arah sahaja, lebih dari 25 ataupun tidak. Simbol ini adalah operator perbandingan. Simbol ini digunakan untuk membandingkan nilai di kiri dengan nilai di sebelah kanan. Ini adalah semua operator perbandingan yang boleh digunakan dan maksudnya. Di sini kita dapat lihat jika nilai BMI lebih daripada 25, kod pada baris 5 akan dilaksanakan. Kalau tidak, baris 7 akan dilaksanakan. Jom kita imbas kembali apa yang telah dipelajari dalam episod ini. Yang pertama, kita belajar tentang struktur kawalan pilihan. Yang kedua, operator perbandingan. Sebelum anda ke video seterusnya, ini adalah cabaran untuk video kali ini. Boleh tak anda bantu saya membina satu lagi peranti monitor kesihatan? Cuba tuliskan atau cara peranti yang boleh memeriksa kadar denyutan jantung rehat berdasarkan jantina dan umur pengguna. Peranti ini perlu mengenal pasti sama ada seseorang itu mempunyai denyutan jantung yang sihat atau tidak. Sebagai contoh, jika seorang lelaki yang berumur 27 tahun mempunyai denyutan jantung rehat 100, perisian ini akan memaparkan bahawa denyutan jantung rehat tersebut adalah tidak normal. Ini adalah contoh paparan program yang perlu anda hasilkan. Selamat mencuba! Hello world, selamat kembali ke siri Python episod yang ketiga. Dalam video yang lepas, kita melihat algoritma pemilihan yang hanya mempunyai dua kemungkinan apabila pengguna memberikan maklumat berat dan tinggi mereka. Berat badan berlebihan atau berat badan yang ideal. Dalam kehidupan sebenar, kita sebenarnya mempunyai lebih dari dua kemungkinan. Seseorang itu boleh mempunyai masalah kekurangan berat atau berat badan yang normal ataupun obes. Untuk video kali ini, kita akan melihat bagaimana caranya untuk membina sebuah perisian yang boleh memberikan lebih daripada dua kemungkinan. Ini adalah algoritma yang mempunyai pelbagai pilihan. Cuba lihat bagaimana pilihan-pilihan dikembangkan dengan lebih banyak pilihan seterusnya. Terdapat 4 jawapan yang boleh diberikan berdasarkan BMI yang dikira. Contohnya, selepas kita memasukkan berat dan tinggi, atau cara Python telah membantu kita untuk mengira BMI tersebut dan BMI yang didapati adalah 27. Apakah langkah seterusnya? Pilihan mana yang akan dipilih? Pertama, komputer akan memeriksa jika BMI kurang daripada 18.5. Nope, BMI 27 lebih daripada 18.5. Komputer akan terus melalui pilihan dalam algoritma sehinggalah syarat dipenuhi, iaitu BMI antara 25 dan 29.9. Komputer akan paparkan BMI anda dalam kategori berat berlebihan. Sekarang kita tahu kita perlu jaga pemakanan dan tambahkan senaman dalam kehidupan seharian. Jom kita cuba syarat yang pertama dalam bahasa pengaturcaraan Python. Yang ini mudah sahaja. Untuk membuat syarat seterusnya, ada 3 perkara yang perlu dipertimbangkan. Bagaimana nak tambahkan syarat? Bagaimana nak membina syarat di antara 18.5 hingga 24.9? Kita boleh selesaikan masalah pertama dengan menggunakan kod pelbagai pilihan. Sintaksnya adalah seperti ini. If syarat A, jika syarat A, do A, buat A. Elif syarat B, jika bukan syarat A tetapi syarat B, do B, buat B. Elif syarat C, jika bukan syarat B tetapi syarat C, do C, buat C. Else, kalau tak memenuhi mana-mana syarat, do D, buat D. Kita boleh nampak yang kita mempunyai beberapa syarat yang berbeza. Bergantung kepada syarat yang betul, arahan kod seterusnya akan dilaksanakan. Okey, masalah seterusnya lebih mencabar. Bagaimanakah kita mewakili syarat di antara 18.5 hingga 24.9? Kita boleh pecahkan masalah ini kepada beberapa langkah yang lebih mudah. Pertama, kita tukar ayat ini kepada pernyataan matematik. Pernyataan ini ada 2 bahagian. Bahagian di sebelah kiri, X adalah lebih kecil daripada 24.9 dan di bahagian kanan, X adalah lebih besar daripada 18.5. Suatu nombor dikatakan berada dalam julat ini jika nombor tersebut adalah lebih kecil daripada 24.9 dan lebih besar daripada 18.5. Typekan kod seperti anda akan typekan penjelasan tadi dalam bahasa Inggeris. BMI larger than 18.5 and BMI less than 24.9. Macam tu sahaja anda dah pun typekan syarat yang Python boleh faham. Perkataan AND adalah suatu operator logik. Terdapat 3 operator logik iaitu AND, OR dan NOT. Bagaimanakah operator logik ini berfungsi? Bergantung pada syarat A dan B, syarat baru akan dikira. N. Kedua-dua syarat ini mestilah syarat yang benar. True untuk arahan seterusnya dilaksanakan. Bayangkan ibu kamu memberitahu kamu, kamu boleh keluar dengan kawan hanya jika kamu sapu lantai dan kemas bilik tidur. Untuk syarat keluar dengan kawan boleh dijalankan, kedua-dua syarat sebelumnya perlu dipenuhi. Dalam operator logik OR atau kita hanya perlu memerlukan satu syarat yang benar untuk syarat seterusnya dilaksanakan. Ini bersamaan dengan pernyataan, jika anda minta ibu anda kejut atau anda set alarm, anda bangun awal. Jika salah satu daripada syarat ini adalah benar, sama ada ibu anda bangunkan anda atau alarm yang diset berbunyi, anda akan bangun awal. Untuk operator logik NOT, anda hanya perlu gunakan satu syarat. Operator logik NOT terbalikkan suatu pernyataan. Jika suatu pernyataan itu benar, logik operator akan terbalikkan syarat pernyataan tersebut untuk menjadi palsu atau false. Kita cuba dengan pernyataan ini. Anda boleh mendapat keputusan yang cemerlang jika anda tidak tidur di dalam kelas. Jadi, jika anda tidur adalah benar, maka mendapatkan keputusan cemerlang adalah palsu. Sebaliknya adalah benar. Jika anda tidak tidur itu adalah palsu, maka mendapatkan keputusan cemerlang menjadi benar. Sekarang, kita boleh membina kod untuk memeriksa BMI. Saya rumuskan video kali ini, kita telah belajar yang pertama, algoritma pelbagai pilihan. Yang kedua, operator logik. Sebagai cabaran untuk anda, cuba bina sebuah program yang memeriksa kadar jantung rehat. Program anda mestilah mampu memberitahu pengguna kadar jantung mereka jatuh di bawah kategori yang mana. Selamat mencuba!
Great morning to everyone tuning in to us live now, and a good day for those of you who will be catching up on this later on. My name is Andrew, and it's really exciting to see many of you who have been watching our sessions over the past 3 days. Today marks the fourth and the last day of the MYDIGITALMAKER Fair 2022 at East Malaysia. Yet, we are not going to let the gloomy, wet weather dampen our spirits here in KL and anywhere you are. Our first presenter today is a very well-accomplished academician. Being in academia for more than 20 years, she has worked on learning, teaching and assessment, online learning technologies, social media technologies, and the Internet of Things research. She emphasizes on her familiarity with online technologies due to her experience of using them in teaching, as she likes to develop technology-rich classrooms. She recently won 2 gold medals and 1 bronze medal award in the International University Carnival on E-Learning 2022, 1 bronze medal award in EconDev 2022 for experience in developing technology-rich classroom initiatives. She has also won a total of 4 silver medal awards in Malaysia Technology Expo MTE in year 2021 and 2022 for her Internet of Things prototype development related to digital health and innovations. Good morning and welcome to the show, Dr. Goh.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to check whether you can hear me clearly.
Yes, they can definitely hear you.
Yes, okay, good. Thank you very much.
So
I would like...
Yeah, sorry. So before I let you go off, on behalf of Synapse and MDAC, I'd like to say a big thank you for being here today. I'm excited already for her session. So let's get cracking. Over to you, Dr. Goh.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Yeah, okay, good. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Goh from Taylor's University School of Computer Science. Okay, so before I begin my session today, I would like to share with you a short video on Taylor's University. So, where is Taylor's University? I'm sure all of you might be wondering, where is Taylor's University? Taylor University is in Subang Jaya, Selangor, and it is regarded as the Malaysia top private university in Malaysia based on the QS ranking university, and it is founded in 1969 as a college and then awarded the university status in 2006, and then now it is the full-fledged university status in 2010. So without further ado, I would like to share with you a short video clip on Taylor's University so you have a more clear picture on where is Taylor's University, and I would like to share with you our beautiful campus. So there you go.
Welcome to Taylor's University.
Welcome to Taylor's University.
Welcome to Taylor's University.
Welcome to Taylor's University.
Welcome to Taylor's University. Today, we're going to get hands-on with these racing cars. Today, we're live streaming with a chef from France. Today, you'll judge what happens next. Today's about collaborative brainstorming. Today, we take on research that changes lives. Today was a success.
Taylors, we strive to provide more than just an education. We equip our students with the skills and attitudes to become successful entrepreneurs and leaders. The value of our degrees is also enhanced by our high-impact, internationally recognised research. Our growing reputation for both teaching and research is placing Taylors on course to become one of Asia's elite universities.
Yes, so this is the Taylors University Lakeside campus at Subang Jaya. So now let us go to the presentation of today. So as you can see that Taylors University has been awarded as the 98th in Asia in year 2020, 2021, and then it has moved 20 places with 18% improvement in the AUR 2020. And this is the achievement that Taylors University have in the QS World University Ranking. So this is, you can see that Taylors University currently ranked at 332 in 2021 QS World Ranking. And this is placed us as the #1 private university in Southeast Asia. And also Taylors University is ranked 89 in 2021 QS Asia University Ranking. And it is also listed as the top 1% of the university in Asia by the QS. So there you go. This is the recognition of Taylors University in the world. Okay, so let me share with you the program that is offered in School of Computer Science. So in School of Computer Science, we offer 3 programs, namely Bachelor of Computer Science, Bachelor of Information Technology, and also Bachelor of Software Engineering. Today, I would like to share with you more on the Bachelor of Information Technology. This program teaches students to use the internet technologies and application to solve the real-world problems. Especially after the pandemic, the internet has been blooming with the help of the digital transformation. And now a lot of companies that is previously only physical, which has only physical store, they are moving to digitalizations. So that is the importance of information technology to the world nowadays. So for the Bachelor of Information Technologies, we offer 3 main specializations. The first one is specialization in Internet Technologies, specialization in Business Intelligence and Analytics, and the third one is the specialization in Game Design. So a lot of students might be wondering, there is 3 specializations in Bachelor of Information Technology, which one is more suitable to me? Some of the students will have the dilemma on choosing whether the specialization in Internet Technologies or the Business Intelligence Analytics or the Game Design. So you will have to do the program for 3 years and it will be for your entire life decision. So it is good that you choose something which is within your interest and something that you like to do most so that you can do it for the entire of your life. Hence, first of all, ask yourself, what is your interest? Where is your passion? I know that it is computing, but computing is so wide. Which area of computing should I choose? So some of the students would like to do something related to business in future, or they would like to become entrepreneurs to start their new idea, new venture. And then some of the students, they might say that, I want to expand my family business. So how can I utilize the skills that I have learned in computing to expand my family business? So don't worry, School of Computer Science offer various programs with various specializations to help you to make the best decision in your life. So as you can see, there are 3 main specializations, and I would like to explain to you in detail the difference between these 3 specializations. The first one, it will be the Internet Technologies. So for internet technologies, students will be learning mobile application development, wireless network security, introduction to cloud computing, and also Internet of Things. And all these modules are actually the trending modules in the world. As for the business intelligence analytics, some of the students may be wondering what is the difference between data science specialization and the business intelligence and analytics specialization. For business intelligence and analytics specialization, students use the tools as black box, input the data, get the result, and interpret the results. They explore and apply different tools in their studies, and students will have the knowledge in business process and marketing concept in School of Computing. As for the data science, students understand the algorithms of the analytics tool, and students are able to review and customize algorithms according to business needs. So students will need to have the knowledge of programming, database, object-oriented design, and also the web development concept. So that is the difference between the business intelligence analytics and also the data science. For marketing analytics, students will be learning the role of market research, data analytics, the ethics and social responsibility issues surrounding the handling of the customer data. So students specialized in this business intelligence and analytics will learn to use the tools and techniques to integrate the analytics into the marketing research. Furthermore, students can learn to appreciate the intelligence ecosystem in marketing and manage data from various sources using visualization dashboards that can help the companies to make important decisions. So that is also very important that students learn the social media in business, because social media in business is growing rapidly and transforming the way we conduct business. With the growth of social media, every business today needs to leverage properly on the social media channels in the best way. Social media applications are changing business development and market competitiveness. Hence, in this specialization, you will understand the existing and emerging analytics platform and the ability to assess the impact of social media on the business management. Okay, so now let us move on to the third specialization, which is the game design. For game design, students will have the opportunity to explore the virtual interactive games, manual games, and also digital games. Students will learn the immersive learning using virtual simulation gaming. This is interesting, especially for the experiential learners. Students who are taking this specialization will also have the chance to involve in virtual interactivities with augmented reality simulations. Interesting, isn't it? So now let us look into detail on the game design. For this game design, actually it is derived from the field of computer science and programming, creative writing, psychology, and also graphic design. Game developers are responsible for designing characters, game rules, environments, puzzles, art, and animations. Upon completion of this specialization, students should be able to create, design, and produce a new game or a prototype. Students will be able to obtain in-depth knowledge in the industry practice 3D tools, experiential design, various gameplay elements, and also game development concept. So as you can see here, what is game development and animations? Game development and animation is the course of study that is focused on the process of creating motions and shape the change illusions and the art of applying the design and aesthetics for animation and game design. So as you can see here, for the game development process, it divided to 3 stages. One is the pre-production, where the designer, they have their own game idea, and then they will do the refinement on the game idea. Then they will go, the next is the production, where it is under the game design. The designer will do the design of the game, development of the games, and once the game is developed, there will be the testing going on. This is all done by the artists, programmers, and also the technical directors. As for the post-production, after doing the testing, then it will be the deployment status and followed by the marketing. So all these will be done by the tester, beta tester, and also the sales marketing team. So these are all the example of the game development process. So what are the skills that is needed for the game development? Of course, the main one, the first one is the creativity, and also the designer or the student must have the passion for the video games. And they need to have a range of knowledge in the gaming trends and have a strong analytical framework mind and able to work in teams to develop the games together with their team members. Of course, the most important, the designer or the game developer must be proficient in the programming language such as C, Hash, and also the C++. Okay, so what is the game development career in demand in the coming next 5 to 10 years? As you can see that the entertainment software is the one of the fastest growing industry in the world. In fact, digital games have become the mainstream media, with net earning even surpassing the film industry. In the increased demand for the games, it is a good news for the students who are interested in game design as a career in Malaysia. Job opportunities are increased for the well-trained game developers from the top university in Malaysia. For example, gaming opportunities are so plentiful in Austin, Texas, which is now home for at least 6% of all jobs in the game designers and the developers nationwide. And that is the University Texas that launching the formal video games curriculum. The overall job outlook for the video game designer career has been positive. Since 2019, vacancy for this career has increased 5.31% nationwide. So this shows that the demand for the augmented reality and virtual reality jobs has skyrocketed in the game industry in the past 5 years. Furthermore, MDEC, the Digital Content Fund, also provided some fund to support the local creative content productions companies in developing, prototyping, or co-producing the digital content in the animation and games. So as you can see that there is a high demand of the game design industry in Malaysia. So a student might be wondering how much you can earn per month after you have graduated with the specialization in the game design industry. So as you can see here, the average of the game design developer salary ranges from 3,460 ringgit Malaysia to, if you have more than 20 years of experience, it can go up to 8,000 ringgit Malaysia or more. So this is a very good graduate employabilities for as a game developers. Game developers, they create special games and use those games for the game industry. So they create the storyline, characters, and also environment for the team members. These professionals using the programming languages to write the code and supplies the logic and allow the players to interact with the game. But the work of the game developer does not stop here. Throughout the game development process, they must be able to test the game, debug the game, and also ensure that user love the game and have seamless experience in the gaming experience. So as you can see that there is a very high demand in the game development industry. So what is the difference between animation and games? So you can see here that there is the animation for games and also animation for movies. So games are meant to be interactive. That is why animation for games is to ensure that there is interactivities in the game so that the user, they can engage themselves in the games when they are playing. So what is the career path of a game developer and animator? As you can see here, I would like to share with you the education pathway. If you are interested to choose the game design as one of the specialization for your future career, then this is one of the education pathway that you can consider. After you have completed your SPM or O-level or equivalent, you can either take the foundation in computing for 1 year, or either the diploma in the information technology for 2 years with internship, or if you graduate from complete your STPM, UEC or A-levels, then you can straight away join the Bachelor of Information Technology in School of Computer Science. So over here, you can choose either one of the specialization that I have shared with you just now. For this Bachelor of Information Technology program, it is actually partners with the University of West England, and it has the dual award, where when the student complete the study, they will be awarded 2 scrolls. 1 scroll from Taylor's University and also another scroll from the University of West England. So this is the education pathway for the BIT. So you must be wondering, if I'm choosing the specialization in game design, so what are the module or what I will be learning? So let me share with you some of the interesting hands-on assessment or assignment that has been done by our previous students, especially for those who are taking the game development module. So this is the interesting part where the student, they do not just learn from theory, but they were creating some of the games like this. So let me share with you, these are the games that has been created and designed by our students. So you will be learning and creating similar type of games based on your creativity. So this is very interesting that the student will be learning in their game development module. Interesting, isn't it? So this is one of the things that the student will be learning. And furthermore, we encourage the student to write their blogs on their game development experience, on what they have learned. So students will be using the Unity to learn to create some short games like this. So it is a very hands-on experience for the students. So these are some of the short 2D games that has been developed by our students. So it is very interesting for students to learn all these games when they are learning or taking these specializations. Other than that, students will also be learning on creating some of the characters, some of the special characters, and also create some main characters, the storyline for the games. So these are some of the game flow sketches and planning, the game environment, visual sketching planning, and the visual composing planning. So students will be learning all these things. It is very interesting if you are taking these specializations. So you will be learning how to create your own characters. So these are some of the interesting characters which has been designed and created by our students. Okay, so for the students who are taking the experiential design, so these will be the things that the student will be learning.
Good family.
Audience can also. My idea for the app is to
So
improve
this is the
visitors'
example
experience in
of the
museums such as the
augmented
Islamic
reality
Arts of
guide
Malaysia
to
Museum.
the art
One part to
museums.
improve is each visitor is given a pamphlet when they enter. Based on my observation, these are wasteful as they are rarely being used because most people focus looking at the exhibitions and taking pictures instead. But the pamphlet is also important as it has map and details of exhibition. So with this app, the visitor can see the map, details of model or painting, and even listen to an audio tour guide while also enjoying interacting through AR. So here, when a visitor scans a painting, the painting character greets and tells the audience to ask a question.
Whoa, hello there. My name is General Kenobi. You can ask me anything you want. I was famous for a lot of things, but mostly for leading a ship of crew called the Terror. Well, I was born in 1809 in England, York, just during the Industrial Revolution. I wasn't very rich, but boy, I had a good family.
Audience can also listen to audio tour guide if they only want to listen about the painting.
Napoleon once said, "The word impossible is not in my dictionary." This bold statement.
After you scan, you can find out where you are and the details of the floor. Other than a painting, you can also scan a 3D miniature building. Once you scan, you can see and interact with the virtual environment around the 3D model. You can also interact with the interior and show more information on things that you can't see from outside of the real-life model. Information such as the fountain, and the wall. And of course, you also have the option to listen to the audio tour guide about the miniature building.
Architecture gallery, encompassing a wide range of architecture.
And you can find out where you are based on the location of the miniature and the details of the floor also. And that is all for my app. So
these are some of the experiential learning prototype that has been developed by our students. Okay, besides that, in this game design specialization, students will also be learning the sonic design. Sonic design is basically focused on the sound. So these are some of the example of the sonic design of that student they have created.
Thank you, sir.
The idea is like coming home.
Electricity made easy.
Oh, what an extraordinary. Oh, what do you call this young man?
I call it an escalator.
Oh, what a pleasant name.
Here's another favorite of mine.
Oh, how did you do that?
Easy, it's just a few mechanisms. Here, I'll show you another.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you.
I'll show you. Here, I'll show you another. And this I've shown the lady earlier. You try.
Right, sure. Whoa.
Yeah. So this is some of the sonic design that was created by our students. So this So as you can see that for Taylor's University, we encourage the students to choose the specialization that they like within their interests and passions. Okay, now let us move on to the Taylor's graduate capabilities. As you can see here, within the 3 years of the degree program, we nurture the student within these 8 Taylor's graduate capabilities. Under these Taylor's 8 graduate capabilities, one of it is the lifelong learning, thinking and problem-solving skills, communication skill, digital literacy, citizenship and the global perspective, intrapersonal skills, discipline-specific knowledge, and also the interpersonal skills. So we will nurture and guide the students. All the assignments were embedded with all these 8 Taylor's graduate capabilities to develop our students' skills, to prepare them to go out to work. So as I have explained to you just now, for School of Computer Science, we are having the dual award with University of West England. So what is the career opportunities if you choose the program in computing or in IT? So before moving on to the career opportunity, I would like to share with you on the work-based learning. So this has started in March 2022 for the work-based learning. As you can see here, previously, we have the conventional modes where the student will do their 3 years degree program in campus. However, now we offer this program called the WBL learning mode, where the student can choose either do 2 years in campus and then 1 year in industry. So, or WBL with the technopreneurship modes. For those students who are interested to be entrepreneurs, we train and nurture them that the student will do 2 years in campus and then 1 year in the incubator. The incubator in Taylor's University is B-Spot, that we taught and nurture the student to be entrepreneurs. So this is a very interesting framework that offered by Taylor's Universities. So we would like to nurture and encourage students to do their startup and to start their own companies, even when they are doing their degree programs. So these are the service that is provided by the Taylor's B-Spot, where they train the student in the area of technopreneurship. They provide the necessary support and help to find some fundings for the students and nurture their business. So these are some of the student learning experience that we get from our students, especially during the pandemic, where the university was closed and students, they had a very good learning experience online. So as for Faralina Jasmine binti Muhammad Yunus, she shared with us that she was impressed with the e-learning effort provided by our university, where we are using the Times, which is the learning management system. The learning management system is very organized and all the files are under the subject assignment submission in the Times. So this helped the student to manage and track their work very well. So we also have the Rewind, where we recorded all the classes in the lecture theater so that the student can listen back to the recording and do some revision if they have missed out some of the classes. Furthermore, Taylor's University School of Computer Science also have the industry partners as below, like MDEC, Western Digital, Microsoft, Kasugo, Salesforce, IBM, Oracle, Huawei, that we will invite the speakers from all these organizations to share the knowledge to our students in order to prepare our students for their working life in future. Other than that, our assignments also embed with some questions from the industry partners so that the students, they are working on the real life situation questions. If the students would like to choose to do 1 year in Malaysia and then 2 years overseas, or 2 years in Malaysia and 1 year in overseas, we also have all these articulation partners listed here from the UK, and Australia, that the students are allowed to choose their placement after a year study in Taylor's University. So furthermore, we have the Mereka Space. Mereka Space is the collaborative workspace that is support learning, exploring, and sharing using technology and to help to develop innovation in students. So for Taylor's University, we have the competitive advantage where we have the highest recognition from the industry. And also we have the highest employment rate, 100% for the last 3 years for the computing degree. And also our average highest salary for our fresh grad is 3,500 ringgit Malaysia per month and above. So now, students might be asking, so why must we study the computing? Why should we choose computing? As you can see that research have shown that by 2025, 85 million jobs will be displaced by the shift of the division of labor between humans and machines. So this is the source from the Future Jobs Report 2020. So these are some of the job landscape that will be in high demand. For example, like the data analyst, data scientist, AI, machine learning specialist, big data specialist, digital marketing and strategy specialist, process automation specialist, business development professions, digital transformation specialist, information security analyst, software and application developers, Internet of Things specialists. So these are the growing demand for the job market in future. Whereas the decreasing job demand is like the data entry clerk, administrative and executive secretaries, accounting and bookkeeping payroll clerks, accountants and auditors, assembly and the factory workers, business services and administrative managers, chief information and customer service workers, general and operational manager, mechanics and machinery repairs, and also the material recording and the storekeeping clerks. So that is the trend in the future for 2025 and beyond. 10% of people will be wearing clothes connected to the internet, and 80% will be unlimited sponsored the backup space in the cloud. There will be 1 trillion sensor connected to the internet, and 80% of the world population will have the internet present. The first mobile entirely produced with the 3D printers, and 90% of the world population will own their own smartphone. And 90% of the world population will have their own internet access. And 10% of all the vehicles on the roads will be driverless. So more than 50% of the home appliances will be connected to the internet, and more rides were made on the share cars rather than the private cars. So this is the source from the World Economic Forum 2015. So as you can see the trend, and that is why the computing and also IT career is very in high demand in future, especially for the internet technologies. We need the cloud software developer, IoT infrastructure architect, IoT system administrators, or even those who major in the data science, like data analysts, data scientists, data engineers, and cyber security, like cyber security engineers, cyber security developers, and security engineers. Then the mobile computing, such as the mobile application developers, mobile applications engineers, and many more. You can refer to the JobStreet or the Glassdoor, or even LinkedIn to do your own market research, the future and the importance of computing industry. So as you can see from the statistic, there is a growing demand of the jobs in IT and also computing in Malaysia. Okay, so, and especially in future, we might not be using the postman to deliver our parcels, and we might be using some drones to help us to deliver our parcels. So this is the future trend, like for example, AI and driverless vehicles and the Industry 4.0, which is happening now. Okay, so this is what I would like to share with you related to the importance of computing in the coming 5 to 10 years, and why Taylor's universities, why should you choose or consider your future degree in Taylor's University. So this is some of our journey that I would like to share with you. We encourage hands-on experience for our students, where, for example, this is a group of students from my BIT program that students have their hands-on experience using the Oculus Quest 2 and also the HoloLens to experience augmented reality and virtual reality in Vortex. So they have the hands-on experience to try on all these special equipments, all these latest equipments for the AR and VR. Furthermore, we also encourage the student to participate in competition to have the higher competitive advantage among their peers. For example, a group of our students, they have won the grand champion in the QT 2022 IT competitions. So for this winning, they have the chance to enjoy the sponsored trip to the QT IT strategic location, the headquarters of QT in Switzerland. And also they are offered with the career opportunities in QT. So these are some of the interesting journey that our students have during their degree classes. So these are some of the snapshot and also the script pictures that I would like to share with you, that the students, they are very enjoying life during their degree. So these are some of the student achievement where our students won some competitions in some of the competition that has been organized by, for example, the Alibaba Global Challenge or by Roche or Huawei ICT competitions, NASA Space App Challenge. All these are the examples of the competition that has been won by our student, where we encourage the student to participate in competition, to experience the real life and to learn and experience what is required by our industry. So these are some of the experience or the competition that has been won by our students in the past few years. And this is all this in 2026. This one is by the competition organized by MDEC, and students also won the first Malaysia NASA Hackathon 2016, 2017, and some of the achievement in 2020. So they won the QT Global competitions and the Big Eye competitions. So, and these are some of the experience that has been encouraged by our students to participate in the competition. So that is all that I would like to share with you. If you would like to know more on the BIT program, feel free to contact me via this email as stated in the screen. Thank you very much for my presentation.
Hello world, selamat kembali ke siri Python episod yang keempat. Okey, kawan saya Aiman mempunyai tarikh lahir yang istimewa. Hari lahir dia hanya disambut 4 tahun sekali. Kenapa? Tarikh hari lahirnya jatuh pada 29 Februari yang hanya menjelma setiap 4 tahun sekali. Tahun di mana bulan Februari mempunyai 29 hari dikenali sebagai tahun lompat. Bumi kita sebenarnya menggunakan 365.25 hari untuk mengelilingi matahari. Tetapi dalam kalender tahunan kita hanya mengira 365 hari. Jadi setiap 4 tahun, 0.25 hari akan bertambah dan ini memberikan kita 1 hari tambahan pada 29 Februari setiap 4 tahun. Mengenal pasti tahun lompat bukan satu perkara yang mudah. Terdapat banyak kriteria untuk sesuatu tahun tersebut untuk menjadi tahun lompat. Syarat pertama, tahun tersebut perlu mampu dibahagikan dengan 4. Tetapi walaupun tahun itu boleh dibahagikan dengan 4, kita perlu memastikan jika ianya pula boleh dibahagikan dengan 100. Jika boleh, kita perlu memeriksa dengan lebih mendalam. Proses ini mungkin kelihatan rumit, tapi kita boleh melaksanakan pemeriksaan ini dengan menggunakan struktur kawalan pilihan bersarang. Bersarang bermaksud terdapat sesuatu syarat di dalam syarat yang lain. Bayangkan anak patung Rusia di mana terdapat anak patung lain yang lebih kecil di dalamnya. Ini adalah carta alih untuk struktur kawalan pilihan bersarang. Seperti mana yang boleh kita lihat, kita mempunyai struktur kawalan pilihan di dalam struktur kawalan pilihan yang lain. Carta ini juga hampir serupa dengan rajah yang kita telah lihat terlebih dahulu. Mari kita membina bahagian pertama carta alih ini. Perhatikan baris kedua. Kita boleh menggunakan pernyataan matematik untuk menunjukkan syarat kita. Dalam contoh ini, kita mengubah jenis data tahun kepada integer dan seterusnya mengira dan lihat jika baki operasi bahagi adalah bersamaan dengan kosong. Simbol peratus digunakan untuk mengira baki operasi bahagi. Struktur kawalan pilihan bersarang bermaksud bahawa terdapat satu lagi struktur kawalan pilihan di dalam satu struktur kawalan pilihan. Cuba lihat baris 2 dan 3. Terdapat indentasi di sini. Baris 3 kelihatan lebih ke kanan berbanding baris 2. Python menggunakan indentasi untuk menentukan baris mana milik blok yang mana. Anda boleh bayangkan perkara ini seperti bekas plastik. Pilihan bersarang adalah bekas plastik kecil yang berada di dalam bekas plastik yang lebih besar. Dalam contoh ini, bekas plastik yang lebih besar adalah antara baris 2 ke baris 6. Perhatikan bagaimana level indentasi adalah sama, manakala bekas plastik yang lebih kecil adalah antara baris 3 dan baris 5. Akhir sekali, bahagian terakhir pada carta alih kita. Satu lagi pilihan bersarang dah lengkap. Jom kita imbas kembali pengajaran video kali ini. Yang pertama, kita belajar tentang struktur kawalan pilihan dan yang kedua, kita belajar menggunakan pernyataan matematik sebagai syarat untuk pilihan. Sebagai cabaran untuk video ini, bolehkah anda cipta program peranti pengiraan kadar denyutan jantung? Program anda perlu mampu untuk memberitahu kadar denyutan jantung untuk lelaki dan perempuan dalam lingkungan umur 18 hingga 45 tahun dan tentukan jika jantung mereka di bawah purata, lemah atau memuaskan. Program anda akan bermula dengan menanyakan jantina pengguna, umur pengguna dan kadar denyutan jantung pengguna. Lalu, paparkan kategori yang betul kepada pengguna program anda. Selamat mencuba! Hello world, gelung boleh diberhentikan pada bila-bila masa. Sebagai contoh, kita tambahkan tindakan dalam gelung kita. Jom laksanakan atur cara ini. Seperti yang anda dapat lihat, apabila Y ialah 2, pernyataan break ini akan hentikan pelaksanaan kod dan keluar daripada loop. Bagaimanakah kita akan melakukan program pemeriksa nombor perdana? Mari kita buatkan sumbang syarat. Pertama, kita tahu bahawa jika sesuatu nombor itu boleh dibahagikan dengan pembahagi selain satu atau dirinya sendiri, ianya bukan nombor perdana. Kita boleh mula menganggap semua nombor adalah nombor perdana sehingga terbuktinya ia bukan nombor perdana. kita boleh tetapkan satu lagi pemboleh ubah boolean. Pemboleh ubah boolean boleh dianggap sebagai bendera. Ia bertindak sebagai sebuah papan tanda yang akan memberitahu program yang jauh di bawah apa yang sedang berlaku. Fikirkannya sebagai suis lampu dan bayangkan status nombor perdana atau tidak sebagai cahaya lampu. Sekiranya nombor itu adalah perdana, kita akan nampak cahaya. Jadi, sepanjang program ini, kita hanya perlu melihat keberadaan cahaya untuk mengetahui sama ada nombor tersebut adalah nombor perdana atau tidak. Pembahagi pertama kita adalah nilai 2. Kita tidak mula dengan 1 kerana semua nombor boleh dibahagikan dengan 1. Jadi, tiada keperluan untuk semak pembahagi 1. Seterusnya, apakah syarat yang ingin disemak? Kita perlu semak sama ada kita sudah selesai menggunakan semua pembahagi yang perlu diuji, iaitu pembahagi dari 2 sehinggalah nombor yang ingin disemak. Dengan setiap ulangan, pembahagi kita akan bertambah 1 dan ia akan terus bertambah sehingga nombor kita kurang 1. Sekali lagi, kita tidak memeriksa kes di mana pembahagi adalah nombor kita kerana semua nombor boleh dibahagikan dengan dirinya sendiri. Kita sudah tahu bahawa jika nombor itu boleh dibahagikan dengan nombor lain selain daripada nombor itu sendiri dan 1, ianya bukan nombor perdana. Sebaik sahaja kita tahu ia bukan nombor perdana, kita boleh keluar dari gelung. Jangan lupa, sebelum keluar dari gelung, tukarkan nilai bendera kita, boolean tadi, kepada palsu. Akhir sekali, kita hanya perlu menambah 2 baris untuk memaparkan hasilnya selepas gelung. Terdapat 2 keputusan dalam semakan kita sama ada nombor itu adalah nombor perdana atau tidak. Ingat, sebelum ini kita mempunyai bendera boolean. Pada akhir program inilah, kod tersebut akan memeriksa sama ada bendera itu masih benar. Jika benar, nombor ini adalah nombor perdana. Dengan perancangan ini, sekarang kita boleh susun dan hasilkan atur cara kita. Mari kita imbas kembali apa yang telah kita pelajari hari ini. Yang pertama, kita belajar tentang struktur kawalan ulangan. Yang kedua, kita belajar untuk mengesan perubahan pemboleh ubah dalam program kita. Yang ketiga, kita belajar tentang penambahan dan pengurangan pemboleh ubah. Dan akhir sekali yang keempat, kita belajar tentang bendera boolean. Pernahkah anda mendengar ujian FizzBuzz? Ujian FizzBuzz adalah soalan temu duga pengatur cara yang dikatakan betul-betul menguji kebolehan pengaturcaraan seseorang. Ujian FizzBuzz ini digunakan dalam syarikat teknologi hebat seperti Google, Facebook untuk menguji keupayaan pengaturcaraan calon mereka. Ujiannya berbunyi seperti ini. Buat satu atur cara yang akan memaparkan nombor 1 sehingga 100. Setiap kali anda menemui nombor gandaan 3, paparkan perkataan fizz sahaja dan bukan nombor gandaan 3 tersebut. Setiap kali anda menemui nombor gandaan 5, paparkan buzz, dan jika nombornya adalah gandaan 3 dan gandaan 5, paparkan FizzBuzz. Output untuk 15 nombor pertama akan kelihatan seperti yang ditunjukkan. 1, 2, fizz, 4, buzz, fizz, 7, 8, fizz, buzz, 11, fizz, 13, 14, FizzBuzz. Selamat mencuba!
That was a very insightful session we had earlier with Dr. Goh from Taylor's University. Thank you for the very in-depth sharing. Now let's quickly move on to the next session, a session I'm sure our teachers and educators would be very, very interested in. Stephanie is a Google certified trainer and innovator. She has been involved with Google for education ever since it was introduced in Malaysia in 2016. She's definitely one of the pioneer groups of people involved in this program. On top of that, she's also involved in the Task Force for Digital Educational Learning Initiative Malaysia, better known as the LIMA. The LIMA is a one-stop platform for resources, guidance, and information for students, teachers, and parents. A very good morning to you, Stephanie.
Good morning, Andrew. Good morning.
I know you're eager to start, so I'll leave the stage for you now. Before I get off stage and let you continue, just on behalf of Synapse and MDEC, we would like to say a big thank you for doing this for us today.
No worries, my pleasure.
All right, great. Have a good one. See you.
Thanks, Andrew. Hi, cikgu-cikgu semua. Apa khabar? I'm Stephanie. Alright. Saya rasa ada yang cikgu-cikgu juga kenal Steph, ya. So hari ni Steph nak I will just share what we are going to learn today. Alright. So today I'll be introducing to all of you that there's an update in Google Classroom. Alright, we can view our YouTube in Google Classroom in a larger thumbnail. Alright, maksudnya lepas ni kita tak adalah tengok kita punya YouTube kalau kita attach dalam Google Classroom tu kecil. Sekarang lepas ni kita akan nampak dia lagi besar, okay cikgu-cikgu. Dan juga yang lagi best ialah kalau video tu contohnya 5 minit kan. But we only want our students to watch that particular 3 minutes. We can do it. Alright, lepas ni kita boleh clip itu video untuk pastikan student kita tengok bahagian yang kita nak diorang nampak sahaja. Alright, lagi satu pasal Google Classroom ni, because we are teachers, we receive notification each time our students submit their homework, put in reply and etc. Alright, tapi lepas ni cikgu-cikgu boleh manage your notification better. Okay, tak adalah ting tong ting tong ting tong ting tong ting tong, tak henti-henti with our phone, and we might miss those important notification, and because we have too many notifications. All right, so we can do setting for this, and also after this, teachers can also reply the students via Google, via Gmail straight away. Last time, what we have to do is we have to open our Gmail, then they will direct us to the Google Classroom, right? But now, directly from Gmail itself, from the notification, all right? And also, Google Classroom videos are now more secured and easier, all right? Because previously we had received a lot of comments saying that the Google Meet video is not secured in a way whereby outsiders can come in, somebody can just play truant, and we have some mischief action whereby they disturb the class, alright? So lepas ni kita tak akan ada isu yang mana mereka yang tak dikenali masuk ke dalam classroom kita. Tapi we need to make sure that the Meet link is taken from Google Classroom itself. It's not a Meet link that generated from Google Meet directly. All right, there's a difference here. There's a difference. Later I will share with you, just show you where you get your Meet link, all right, for your Google Classroom. And this Classroom Meet link will be more secure and easier, whereby students will be directed directly to the waiting room, directly to the waiting room until the teacher join in, only the Meet start. Because previously when you use just the Google Meet, students can just directly come in if they are earlier than us. And they will just stay on there even after the teacher leave the session, they will continue their session after that. But when we use the Meet link from Google Classroom itself, all of these things will be eliminated. And let's say we have unintended guests, they will have to request permission to join. All right. And soon you will have add-on added directly to Google Classroom. Currently, what the thing is, if let's say we use Kahoot, Padlet, and etc. How is it used? We have to go into the third party, although we can log in from our classroom. But after this, all of these add-ons are directly inside the Google Classroom. And how these things make us easier? The grades are synced directly. Previously, what teachers have to do, okay, I want to use Kahoot, I can integrate it inside my Google Classroom, but the grades doesn't integrate directly, doesn't sync. So I have to key in twice. But after this, you don't have to do this, all right? And also, you can, like I mentioned, the tools you can use directly in Classroom. And you can also simplify your grading flow. And one more, I just want to take this chance to introduce this add-on called Mode, M-O-T-E, all right? M-O-T-E, right, is very useful personally because it helps you to do listening tests, it helps you to do speaking tests, and it helps you to do many different types of assessment, and it all depends on teachers' creativity. All right, it depends on teachers' creativity. And this one you can use not only in Google Classroom, you can also use in Google Forms, you can use also in Google Docs, and etc. So teachers, if you have time, check out this apps called MOTE. All right. I just want to share, yeah. So this is the thing that I mentioned to you earlier on how teachers can directly reply to students' comment. Because as teachers, we always want to give direct feedback, on-time feedback to our students, you see. All right. Hi, together with us today, I can see that we have Shafiq here, we have Shima here joining us from YouTube, we have Sri Devi. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, if you all have any questions, please feel free to just type it inside the YouTube chat, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, good to hear that, yeah, Jonathan. It's exciting, and I'm so happy that you are in the Google Certified Trainer session. Okay, so this is one of the update that you can see. All right, and here you can see that soon all of these add-ons will be inside Google Classroom directly, yeah. You can use your Nearpod, your word wall, your video, and whatever that suits you directly from your Google Classroom. All right. And yes, this is our new Google Classroom. Okay. Since I still have time, all right, I still have time. Let me share some stuff with you directly from the classroom. All right. Okay. So you see, like this currently, the YouTube, right? When I click on the YouTube, you can see the thumbnail is bigger. Instead of previously, right? It's so small. When it's so small, it's so difficult for our students to view, right? So now it has better viewing. So this was the number one, what do I say? Number one updates that I shared with you earlier on. All right. And then we have our, okay. So soon you will have, got it. So soon you will have your add-on here because it is a new launch. So it's upcoming, all right. Expect it to come within these few months, all right. And then now you can also format your instruction. And last time you have only one formatting session style. Now you can bold it. All right. For example, Okay, ya. Sikit dia additional. Okay. Can bold it. Yeah, you see, you can bold it, and then you can put in bullet points. So it's easier for our students to follow the lesson instead of all of it is under one font. Okay, A, B, C. All right. Okay, and then you can also underline. Bold but underline. So, and you can also remove the formatting if you don't think the formatting is not something that you wanted lah. All right. So I think this is something very interesting. All right, that helps us. That helps to make Google Classroom more interesting. All right. All right, okay, then I can insert my YouTube. Let's see, come. Cell. Okay, we can use this. Okay, I can see whether is this something that I want. Let's say this is not the video that I want. Maybe I think I want to try this. Okay. Add video, you see? Yeah. And then I can create and I can upload so many things inside. Okay, so Jonathan has a question saying that you have issues seeing the Google Classroom and tools beyond anything but administrative. Jonathan, would you mind to elaborate further? Because are you trying to tell me that currently you are just using Google Classroom for administrative work such as keeping lesson plan and stuff like that, Jonathan? All right, so you see here you can put in, and then you can also attach files like Google Docs. And in Google Docs there are so many new features that I would not like to touch today, whereby you have smart sheets, you have this that can use to enhance our PDPC. All right, and you can also insert link. All right, you can have games nowadays, right? There are many resources available online. All right, we do not have to create everything ourselves nowadays. Yeah, yes, all right, correct. Okay, Jonathan, all right, thank you for the response. Actually, Google Classroom is actually designed to use for teaching and learning, but as teachers, we are just super creative. So we level up. Okay, we use this Google Classroom to do our administrative work. Because why I say Google Classroom is such an amazing tool. Okay, and by the way, I just want to share with all of you, it's just you're not aware, you can assign the assignment directly, or you can schedule it to be assigned later. Sometimes we teachers, we know that next week we will not be available for teaching. What can we do? We assign the homework ahead, meaning that we schedule it to be released on the date next week at 8 p.m., not earlier. But we can complete our work earlier. All right. So for me, it really helps teachers, just like you and me, to make our life easier and better. All right. Okay. Wait, I see. Okay, I'll just take this. So one thing that people loves about Google Classroom is because you can have this turn in and assign. All right, this turn in and assign, and this also implies in administrative work whereby we have administrator, we can see how many teachers actually have submitted their lesson plan and how many have not, and who has not submitted it yet, and who has submitted it, because all the names are out. So Jonathan, just like how you use it for your admin work, you can use it for teaching and learning for all the subjects. Okay, and another way, and just to share, yeah, teachers is Google Classroom is not only for teachers to use. Yeah, we can also put this leadership to our students. How? Whereby students leader can use this in managing their clubs, their associations, their sports teams and stuff like this, whereby just the same student leader can create classroom, and at the people part here, make sure that they invite you as the advisor, as the teacher, so that you can oversee how it flows. So the other students who are members of the English Club Association or English clubs or what not, they can be here. And this Google Classroom can also act just as an announcement platform. Instead of, oh, I have to use Google Classroom to give homework. No, it's not necessary. It depends on what is the objective and the purpose of we using Google Classroom, all right? So for me, I always tell teachers, I always tell everybody that when I conduct training, I always tell them, when you use Classroom, first thing that you have to be clear is, what are you using it for? Why are you using it? What do you want to achieve from it? Just like Jonathan uses it for administrative work. And Google Classroom can also uses Google Classroom for teaching and learning. Google Classroom can also be used by students to enhance their leadership skill in managing clubs and society, all right, the extracurricular activity. So there are many ways of us using Classroom. If you have any question on how and what you can do to make Google Classroom more interesting, yeah, just put your comment at the live chat, yeah? Okay, so this is the thing, all right, and okay, so yeah, this class code, right, you can also turn it off once your students have all joined in your class, so that you will not have extra students that you don't know who they are, because students just like to share, you see. Students just like to share. And for your information, this particular classroom that you are seeing now is the basic one. It's on a personal account. So if you have the education account, your layout might be slightly different and the security level is slightly increased. All right. So do you have any questions? No questions for me? Because I'm here to answer your questions. All right. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. All right. So remember, teachers, Google Classroom is not just for us and not just for those admins. It's also meant for the students. Please do try it out and see how it works. All right. Because here, students can also provide comments, you see. Provide comment, and it can be a discussion platform as well. Yeah, since I'm mentioning this, right? Many teachers, right, come back to me saying that, I need to prepare a lot of resources when I want to use Google Classroom. I need to attach attachment, I need to attach files, I need to give them homeworks and stuff like this. But well, teachers, there are many, many ways for us to give homeworks as well. There are many, many ways. So one of the ways is we can promote discussion mode. Before class, what do you think cells are? All right, it can just be as simple as this. And we let students put in the comment here. All right, we let the students to give in comments, share their thoughts, or maybe after the lesson, what is the one thing that you have learned today? We can ask them. So it becomes different type of assessment. So do teacher need to put in any files? No, not necessary. And of course, teachers say, yes, Steph, you see here, I have students that playing truant, post anything, everything. So what can you do? Don't worry, teachers. Just go to the setting and you can delete. All right. All right. On settings, on the stream here, you can also decide if, let's say, you don't want them to post, you want who to post, and teachers, the comments can be deleted. All right. So don't worry, everything is manageable. All right. And I mentioned to you, there's Meet link here that offers safety feature. Remember to take the Meet link from your Google Classroom, yeah? The Meet link from Google Classroom and not from your Google Meet itself. All right? And yeah. Any questions, teachers? And now, the stream also comes with condensed notification. And if, let's say, you want this thing to show attachment and details, you can do your setting just to what suits you best. All right, because everything must be personalized. There's no one size fit all, you see. And remember, whatever changes that you have done here, please, all right, please click save, because if you don't click save, teachers, the changes will not be saved. All right, I'll just show you here. Do I have instruction? Okay. Yeah, and this is one of the features that I like about Google Classroom. I just love to use this thing called questions, you see. Questions help us teachers to save time in marking. So how? You see, what I like about question is it gives me, it helps me to analyze how many students answer correctly, how many students answer wrongly, or how many students give their idea on this part and that part. And if, let's say, they have the class comment here, like I mentioned to you, I can just easily delete it, or I can mute them. If, let's say, after constant reminder, they still play truant, they still post some things that is not appropriate and not related, I can mute them. And when I mute the students virtually means that they cannot post anything for a period of time until I decided to uplift the ban for them. All right? All right, okay, good. So any questions, teachers? Any questions? No questions? I believe all of y'all are doing good. May I know how many of you are using Google Classroom right now? For those who are viewing, are you using Google Classroom right now? Not really yet. For those who are not using yet, I would highly recommend all of you to try to use it. All right, explore it. And many come back to me also because of now currently it's post-COVID already, right? So many teachers are no longer using virtual because everything is go back face to face, physical, right? But teachers, you can just use Google Classroom just like what I mentioned to you earlier. Has announcement, has a platform for discussion. All right, easiest way to do simple assessment. All right, it need not be something that you have to put in so much of effort. And one more thing that I like about Google Classroom is that teachers who are teaching a certain subject, you still continue to teach that particular subject, even though it's the following year, right? That means 2022, you are teaching biology. 2023, you'll be teaching biology. It's less likely that you'll be teaching maths. And then 2024, you'll be teaching music and stuff like this, right? One thing that I love Google Classroom so much is that I can easily duplicate the classroom, which means I duplicate what I have done and I put it for the usage of next year. And of course, there will be some changes in our curriculum, some updates and stuff like this. But it is just so easy for me to make my editing. Yeah, teacher. So a copy. I highly recommend you all to put in the year. All right, put in the year so that you know which class is this. All right, because like in a classroom, one sunflower, one Arif. Next year, you still will have one Arif of 2023. The school class's name will not just change every year, right? So you put in the year so you know that which year this class is. And you see, everything will still be in. Everything will still be aside from the stream part lah. But the class all will still be in. So you don't have to do things again and again and again. All right, you just do it once only, and then you can use it multiple times. That is whereby Google Classroom help teachers like you and me to save time. All right, to save time, because I hear always my fellow friends always say, again new technology, I'm going to spend so much time on it. But teachers with Google Classroom, you spend your time for the first year to build up the platform, to create whatever you need to create, to put in everything nicely. And next year, you definitely will save your time by just duplicating and doing the same thing and just spend time to enhance further whatever that you already put in previous years. All right. So I believe that's all from me. If there's no other questions from the floor, yeah. So if there's no question, I pass it back to you, Andrew. Kenapa Kak Shima? Anything that you want to comment? Because Shima gives me a laughing face, ya. Mungkin ada nak komen? So yeah. So Andrew, are you there, Andrew? Tak ada, okay, terbaiklah. So you can say that this is things on because when we ask, we learn, right? Yeah.
Hello world, selamat kembali ke siri Python episod ke-6. Jom kita main satu permainan. Saya fikirkan satu nombor antara 1 dan 3 dan anda teka nombor yang saya pilih. Jika anda teka 1 atau 3, anda salah. Saya sedang fikirkan nombor 2. Hari ini kita akan cipta sebuah permainan meneka nombor. Tetapi bukan teka nombor yang saya fikirkan, tetapi teka nombor apa yang komputer fikirkan. Kalau kita tetapkan nilai nombor sendiri, permainan kita akan berakhir dengan cepat kerana kita sudah tahu jawapannya. Permainan kita pasti lebih seronok jika kita biarkan komputer tentukan nombor secara rawak. Untuk itu, kita akan menggunakan fungsi random dalam Python. Python boleh lakukan banyak perkara dan apa yang menjadikannya sangat berkuasa adalah jika terdapat sesuatu perkara yang Python tak tahu atau tak pasti, anda boleh mengajarnya dengan mengimport package fungsi itu. Di sini, kita akan import package random yang akan membenarkan Python menghasilkan nombor secara rawak. Kod untuk menghasilkan fungsi rawak adalah random.randint 1 hingga 10. Ini bermakna bahawa kita akan menggunakan fungsi randint iaitu random integer dari package random. Fungsi ini boleh menjana satu nombor rawak dari 1 hingga 10. Cuba laksanakan kod ini dan anda akan melihat bahawa setiap kali kod dilaksanakan, nombor yang berbeza akan dijana. Seterusnya, kita akan membina kandungan permainan kita. Oleh kerana kita inginkan pengguna untuk meneka nombor sehingga berjaya, untuk aksi berulang kita akan menggunakan gelong ulangan. Dalam video yang lepas, kita telah pelajari struktur kawalan ulangan dengan menggunakan gelong while. Setiap struktur kawalan ulangan mempunyai 4 langkah iaitu permulaan, penyemakan, tindakan dan kemaskini. Untuk program ini adalah carta ahli kod kita. Perasan tak terdapat beberapa langkah yang sama? Dalam pengaturcaraan, ini dikenali sebagai kelewahan kerana terdapat 2 segmen kod yang melakukan perkara yang sama. Kita boleh membetulkannya dengan satu lagi jenis struktur gelong yang dikenali sebagai gelong do while. Dalam gelong do while, kita tiada permulaan. Pelaksanaan tindakan buat kali pertama akan bertindak sebagai permulaan gelong. Cara paling mudah untuk menjelaskannya ialah apabila anda menyeberang jalan. Dalam gelong while, inilah yang akan anda lakukan. Tengok status lampu isyarat. Jika lampu isyarat hijau, jalan. Kemudian tengok status lampu isyarat lagi. Walau bagaimanapun, semasa melakukan gelong do while, inilah yang akan anda lakukan. Jalan, tengok status lampu isyarat, periksa jika lampu hijau atau bukan hijau, henti. Inilah carta alih untuk gelong do while. Lihat bagaimana gelong do while, segmen ulangan kod tidak berulang. Kita menggunakan gelong do while jika kita ingin gelong dilaksanakan sekurang-kurangnya sekali. Gelong do while memastikan bahawa kita akan sentiasa memasuki gelong terlebih dahulu dan kita akan keluar dari gelong apabila syarat keluar gelong dipenuhi. Inilah segmen atau cara untuk gelong do while. Kita mula dengan gelong while true, iaitu gelong ini pasti akan dilaksanakan. Pada penghujung gelong kita tentukan syarat keluar dari gelong. Kita akan keluar dari gelong jika syarat itu dipenuhi. Cuba kesan perubahan pun boleh ubah seperti yang anda pelajari dalam video sebelum ini dan anda akan melihat bahawa kita akan menjalankan gelungan sekurang-kurangnya 1 kali meskipun cubaan anda berjaya pada kali pertama. Mari kita imbas kembali apa yang telah kita pelajari hari ini. Yang pertama, kita telah pelajari tentang fungsi rawak random.randint. Yang kedua, kita juga telah belajar tentang struktur kawalan ulangan gelong do while. Lihat carta alih ini. Atau cara ini akan paparkan hasil tambah semua nombor yang telah dimasukkan oleh pengguna. Tapi, atau cara ini tidak pasti berapa bilangan nombor yang pengguna akan masukkan. Oleh itu, kita tetapkan kemasukan nilai -1 sebagai syarat penamatan gelong. Dalam dunia pengaturcaraan, gelong do while sering digunakan untuk sesuatu yang dikenali sebagai gelong kawalan sentinel. Dalam bahasa Inggeris, sentinel adalah askar atau pengawal yang tugasnya adalah berdiri dan mengawal situasi. Gelong ini juga akan melaksanakan segala tindakan sehinggalah aksara tertentu dimasukkan. Tugas anda, tukarkan carta alih ini kepada atur cara yang sebenar. Selamat mencuba! Hello world. Bayangkan saya ada 3 kad di hadapan saya. Salah satu kad ini mempunyai tanda X di belakang. bagaimanakah saya boleh mengetahui kad yang mana satu mempunyai tanda X? Jawapan anda pastinya untuk buka kad satu demi satu dan lihat jika terdapat tanda X di belakang kad tersebut. Ya, jawapan itu betul dan ini sebenarnya adalah pernyataan yang serupa dengan pernyataan atau cara. Kita boleh tukarkan pernyataan kita kepada bentuk yang lebih serupa dengan pernyataan atau cara seperti berikut. Sekiranya kad yang disemak tiada tanda X, semak kad seterusnya. Ataupun dalam bahasa Inggeris, while the card I am looking at does not have X, check the next card. Sekarang, pernyataan kita kelihatan seperti kod pengaturcaraan. Pengaturcaraan banyak menggunakan kosakata yang biasa kita gunakan setiap hari. Daripada contoh kad tadi, kita boleh melihat bentuk gelung while dengan pernyataan bahasa Inggeris kita. Pengulangan sesuatu tindakan sebanyak X kali adalah perkara yang biasa dilakukan dalam pengaturcaraan sehingga saintis komputer mencipta struktur kawalan ulangan untuk memudahkan aturcara ulangan ini. Cuba kita lihat balik contoh kita tadi. Kita boleh menjelaskan tindakan ulangan tadi seperti berikut. Bagi setiap kad, buka dan lihat jika ianya mempunyai tanda X. Ataupun dalam bahasa Inggeris, for each card, open and see if the card has X on it. Terdapat 3 cara untuk mengaplikasikan struktur kawalan ulangan. Kita telah mempelajari 2 cara iaitu dengan gelung while dan gelung do while. Hari ini kita akan pelajari variasi ketiga iaitu gelung for. Sekarang kita akan cuba untuk memaparkan hello sebanyak 3 kali. Dalam gelung while, ini adalah rupa atau caranya. Nampak mudah kan? Kita juga boleh melaksanakan tugas yang sama dengan gelung do while seperti yang ditunjukkan di sini. Tetapi dalam kes ini, penggunaan gelung do while adalah kurang sesuai kerana ia membuatkan aturcara kita lebih panjang. Daripada 5 baris dengan gelung while ke 7 baris dengan gelung do while. Cara terbaik untuk melaksanakan pengulangan sebanyak X kali adalah dengan menggunakan gelung for. Carta alih untuk gelung for kelihatan serupa dengan gelung while. Tetapi jika kita melihat kodnya, gelung for adalah jauh lebih efisien. Jika gelung while memerlukan 5 baris dan gelung do while memerlukan 7 baris, gelung for hanya memerlukan 3 baris untuk melaksanakan tindakan yang sama. Dalam gelung while dan do while, pembilang digunakan untuk mengira bilangan kali ulangan. Dalam gelung for, pembilang dibina built-in di dalam gelung itu. Baris 1 menetapkan bilangan ulangan yang dikehendaki. Di sini, kita tetapkan bilangan ulangan yang dikehendaki sebagai 3. Baris 2 menghasilkan satu julat nombor yang mempunyai 3 nombor. Kita gunakan I sebagai pembilang dalam julat tersebut. Setiap kali tindakan berulang, bilang I akan bertambah dengan 1. Tindakan akan berulang sehingga bilangan ulangan yang dinyatakan iaitu nombor yang telah ditetapkan dalam pemboleh ubah ulangan tadi. Baris 3 adalah tindakan yang akan berulang. Tindakan ini akan berulang sebanyak X kali berdasarkan bilangan ulangan yang ditetapkan di baris 2. Perhatikan bahawa dalam gelung for, langkah kemas kini adalah terbina dalam struktur gelung. Inilah yang menjadikan gelung for pilihan terbaik untuk struktur kawalan yang memerlukan ulangan tindakan sebanyak X kali. Apa akan terjadi jika kita tukarkan tindakan dari print hello ke print I? Anda mungkin akan fikir komputer akan paparkan 1, 2, 3. Tapi ini tak akan berlaku. Komputer akan paparkan 0, 1, 2 kerana pengiraan komputer bermula dari 0. Walaupun ia tidak kira sehingga 3, tapi ia masih lagi paparkan 3 nombor iaitu ulangan sebanyak 3 kali. For merupakan struktur kawalan ulangan yang amat berkuasa dalam Python. Ianya bukan sahaja membenarkan kita untuk mengulangi sesuatu tindakan buat X kali, tetapi juga membenarkan kita memproses sesuatu senarai. Lihat contoh ini. Program ini akan mencetak setiap aksara dalam perkataan. Dalam erti kata lain, untuk setiap aksara dalam perkataan, kita menyuruh program untuk mencetak aksaranya. P-E-R-K-A-T-A-A-N. Hebat bukan? Ini juga bermakna kita boleh membuat beberapa perkara yang sangat hebat dengan gelung dan huruf seperti mengsongsangkan perkataan, menggantikan aksara dalam perkataan dan sebagainya. Mari kita imbas kembali apa yang telah kita pelajari hari ini. Kita telah belajar tentang gelung for dan bagaimana ia adalah gelung yang amat efisien. Untuk cabaran kali ini, cuba lihat segmen aturcara ini dan kesan perubahan pemboleh ubah dalam aturcara. Apakah output untuk perkataan Python? Bagaimana pula dengan perkataan saya suka pengaturcaraan? Lihat bagaimana anda boleh mengubahnya untuk membuat vowel stripper. Anda perlu membina program yang boleh memenuhi kedua-dua perkara berikut. Yang pertama, tanya pengguna untuk masukkan satu rentetan dan yang kedua, Keluarkan semua huruf vowel dari rentetan itu. A, E, I, O dan U. Selamat mencuba. Hello world, selamat kembali ke episod 8 Python. Bayangkan jika saya memberi anda item berikut dan meminta anda untuk mencari setiap item di pusat membeli belah. Bagaimana akan anda lakukannya? Apa pula yang akan anda lakukan jika saya meminta anda untuk mencari barang-barang tersebut di gudang yang besar di mana semua barangan disimpan dengan cara yang tidak teratur? Yang mana satu tugasan yang lebih mudah? Anda mungkin akan menjawab pusat beli belah. Item di pusat beli belah disusun mengikut kategori. Barangan elektrik adalah di bahagian barangan elektrik, makanan ada di kedai runcit dan sebagainya. Pengurusan maklumat sebegini memudahkan proses menyimpan dan mengeluarkan maklumat. Ahli sains dan pengatur cara komputer berurusan dengan data dan maklumat sepanjang masa. Oleh itu, adalah penting bagi kita untuk mengetahui cara menyimpan data, bagaimana untuk mengakses data dan cara memanipulasikan data. Pusat pangkalan data untuk laman web seperti Google dan Facebook boleh diukur menggunakan saiz padang bola sepak. Saiz pangkalan data mereka ini sedang mengembang dengan penambahan pengguna setiap saat. Dalam video pertama, kita telah lihat cara paling asas untuk menyimpan data, iaitu dengan menggunakan pemboleh ubah atau variable. Ini adalah cara yang baik untuk jumlah data yang kecil, tapi cuba bayangkan jumlah data yang besar. Bayangkan betapa banyak pemboleh ubah yang perlu kita uruskan. Para saintis komputer dan jurutera perisian menggunakan cara yang berbeza untuk menyimpan data supaya kita boleh mengakses, memanipulasi dan memadamnya dengan lebih mudah. Kaedah penyimpanan yang berbeza ini dikenali sebagai struktur data. Struktur data yang paling asas dikenali sebagai array, tata susunan dalam Python. Mereka dikenali sebagai list. List merupakan satu koleksi item dalam bentuk senarai. Daripada satu pemboleh ubah menyimpan satu nilai, kita boleh menggunakan satu pemboleh ubah untuk menyimpan satu koleksi nilai. Anda mungkin tertanya-tanya, apakah kelebihan menggunakan list? Bayangkan jika anda perlu mengingati skor untuk 5 perlawanan bola sepak. Dengan menggunakan cara pemboleh ubah, kita memerlukan 5 pemboleh ubah yang berbeza untuk menyimpan 5 skor yang berbeza. Tapi, ini boleh dilakukan dengan satu pemboleh ubah list. Satu list yang mampu menyimpan 5 skor sekaligus. Kita boleh mengakses setiap item secara individu dengan merujuk kepada indeksnya. Ini mungkin kelihatan tidak penting, tapi bayangkan penyimpanan 1000 skor atau 1 juta skor. Seperti yang diberitahu dalam video yang lepas, komputer mula mengira dari nombor kosong. Sama juga di sini, nombor indeks bermula dari kosong. Jadi, item terakhir senarai 5 item akan berada di indeks 4. Dalam Python, kita juga boleh merujuk kepada item itu dengan indeks negatifnya. Item terakhir mempunyai indeks negatif 1 dan nombor kedua terakhir mempunyai indeks negatif 2 dan sebagainya. Kita gunakan operator indeks atau tanda kurung siku untuk mengakses item individu. Mari kita periksa kod ini. Baris 1 akan mengisytiharkan dan memberikan nilai untuk semua item dalam senarai. Baris 2 akan memaparkan item di indeks 2 iaitu nombor 3. Kita juga boleh menukar nilai item individu dengan atur cara pada baris 3. Perhatikan bagaimana apabila kita memaparkan seluruh senarai dalam baris 4, item nombor 2 telah diubah menjadi 10. Akhir sekali, menggunakan kata kunci del, del, kita boleh mengeluarkan item daripada senarai. Apa yang biasanya kita lakukan dengan perkara dalam senarai? Kita boleh memproses dan melihat setiap item individu dalam satu senarai. Dalam Python, terdapat cara yang mudah untuk memeriksa senarai atau list dengan menggunakan gelung for. Ingat lagi di video sebelum ini, saya tunjukkan cara untuk menggunakan gelung for untuk menyemak aksara dalam satu rentetan. Cara yang sama juga boleh dilaksanakan untuk menyemak setiap item dalam satu list. Kod ini bermaksud untuk setiap item dalam list, papar item tersebut. Ataupun dalam bahasa Inggeris, for each item in the list, print the item. Jom tambahkan beberapa feature tambahan dalam permainan menekan nombor yang telah kita hasilkan sebelum ini. Atau cara baru ini akan menunjukkan kepada pengguna semua tekaan sebelumnya. Baris 3 mengisytiharkan satu senarai kosong yang baru. Baris 12 menambah atau dalam bahasa Inggeris append tekaan pengguna kepada senarai kosong. Baris 14 dan baris 15 akan mencetak semua tekaan sebelumnya. Berikut adalah satu lagi ciri yang boleh kita tambahkan dalam permainan meneka nombor, iaitu menyemak sama ada sesuatu nombor telah digunakan atau tidak. Kita boleh memeriksa sama ada barang tersebut ada dalam senarai atau tidak menggunakan if dalam pernyataan. Perhatikan baris 8 hingga 10. Baris 10 adalah pernyataan atau cara yang bermaksud langkau seluruh kod dan bergerak ke ulangan gelung yang seterusnya. Terdapat banyak perkara yang lebih menarik yang boleh kita lakukan dengan senarai. Typekan Python list operation dalam Google untuk mengetahui perkara-perkara lain yang menarik yang boleh anda buat. Mari imbas kembali apa yang telah kita pelajari hari ini. Kita belajar tentang membuat list penuh atau kosong, menambah nilai ke list, merujuk kepada item dalam list. Untuk cabaran anda kali ini, bolehkah anda membuat program yang akan membantu mencari nombor terbesar dan nombor kedua terbesar dalam suatu senarai? Kod untuk menghasilkan senarai yang diisi dengan nombor rawak telah diberikan di sini. Salin kod ini dan letakkan di bahagian atas projek anda. Mulakan projek anda dari baris 6. Selamat mencuba! Hello world, selamat kembali ke episod 9 Python. Okey, tubuh manusia adalah satu mesin yang sangat menakjubkan. Setiap bahagian tubuh kita mempunyai fungsinya yang tersendiri. Mata adalah untuk melihat, telinga untuk mendengar. Inilah sebabnya mengapa organisma hidup adalah organisma yang sangat efisien. Kita mempunyai organ yang berbeza untuk fungsi yang berbeza dan bahagian tubuh badan yang berbeza untuk melaksanakan perkara yang berbeza. Sekarang, cuba kita bandingkan badan kita dengan amoeba, sejenis sel yang tidak mempunyai bahagian khusus dan segala-galanya berada dalam satu sel tunggal. Tidak syak lagi bahawa organisma multisel seperti manusia dan tumbuhan adalah jauh lebih unggul daripada organisma yang bersel tunggal. Sama juga seperti pengaturcaraan. Perisian dan laman web yang besar mempunyai section kod yang berbeza. Ini membolehkannya melakukan fungsi yang berbeza dan melakukan fungsi-fungsi tersebut dengan baik. Ini dipanggil aturcara permodulan. Tanpa aturcara permodulan ini, program komputer mungkin akan menjadi ribuan barisan kod. Sebagai contoh, Google mempunyai 2 bilion baris kod yang disimpan di dalam 9 juta fail komputer yang berbeza. Dan barisan kod ini dikerjakan oleh 25,000 pengaturcara dari seluruh dunia. Dengan aturcara permodulan, setiap pasukan pengaturcara boleh bekerja pada modul yang dipertanggungjawabkan kepada mereka sahaja tanpa mengganggu perkhidmatan utama program tersebut. Dalam analogi badan manusia, anda boleh memotong rambut tanpa menjejaskan cara anda berjalan atau bagaimana anda melihat sesuatu. Modul tangan atau rambut dipisahkan dari modul berjalan dan modul melihat badan anda. Aturcara permodulan juga menjadikan carta alir lebih mudah. Pertimbangkan carta aliran kalkulator ini yang boleh mengira kawasan segitiga dan luas segi empat tepat. Lihat bagaimana langkah pengiraan luas hilang. Okey, sebenarnya langkah ini tidak hilang. Kita akan mewakili sub aturcara secara berasingan dalam kumpulan bentuk yang lain. Perhatikan bagaimana dalam sub aturcara, permulaan digantikan dengan nama sub aturcara dan langkah terakhir diganti dengan perkataan kembali. Jadi, apa yang sebenarnya berlaku ialah program yang hilang tadi telah ke langkah-langkah sub aturcara. Apabila program tersebut selesai dijalankan dalam sub aturcara, ia akan kembali ke program asal dan sambung diproses. Semua sub aturcara perlu ditakrifkan sebelum program utama bermula. Kita menggunakan kata kunci def untuk menakrifkan sub aturcara. Pada baris 6, kita hantarkan nombor yang telah dimasukkan kepada fungsi kuasa 2. Fungsi kuasa 2 akan menerima nombor ini dan namakannya X. Kita kemudian kembalikan jawapan daripada operasi matematik X darab X kepada program utama. Program utama akan simpankan jawapan tersebut dalam pemboleh ubah jawapan. Maklumat yang dihantar sepanjang program dikenali sebagai parameter. Satu lagi sebab mengapa kita menggunakan sub aturcara adalah kemampuannya untuk digunakan semula. Contohnya, jika kita mahu menjalankan operasi kuasa 4, kita hanya perlu memanggil sub atau cara kuasa 2 sebanyak 2 kali. Cuba lihat contoh yang ditunjukkan. Bukan itu sahaja, kita juga boleh memanggil sub atau cara di dalam sub atau cara yang lain. Okey, mari kita imbas kembali apa yang telah kita pelajari dalam video ini. Yang pertama, kita belajar tentang sub atau cara. Yang kedua, kita belajar tentang bagaimana parameter dihantar ke sub atau cara dan kembali ke program utama. Untuk cabaran video ini, cuba bina kalkulator kesihatan yang akan membolehkan pengguna mengira menggunakan BMI atau kadar denyutan jantung. Anda perlu membina program utama yang menggunakan sub atau cara untuk BMI dan kadar denyutan jantung. Selamat mencuba!
Welcome everybody to Edu360 Academy.
Robotics makes me even more smarter than I need to know.
Okay.
It makes me know how to make other Lego things. I like robotics because it makes me smart and make me more study hard.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are at day 4's midway point of the My Digital Maker Fair 2022 at East Malaysia. We are absolutely delighted you are tuning in at this moment, and we are also excited by what's in store next. Before that, just a quick recap of what's happened earlier in the morning. We had a very entertaining opening when Dr. Goh shared with us about the various courses Taylor's Universities offers and trends to look out for in the future of work. A moment ago, Stephanie Yap, a Google certified trainer and innovator, have shared so much of tips in using Google Classroom for teachers. I'm sure there will be more of them using it now, even though physical classes are back in full flow. So it's only appropriate we continue with the Girl Power theme now, as our next guest will be covering a topic very close to her heart: girls in the forefront of tech. Elizabeth is the Managing Director of Girls in Tech Kuala Lumpur, a non-profit organization devoted to empowering, educating, and engaging women in the tech industry. Women have made up less than 25% of hires in tech over the past 20 years. That needs to change. Girls in Tech is building a diverse, inclusive tech workforce, and Girls in Tech's mission is obviously to support women by providing access and community they need to succeed in tech. Elizabeth is no stranger to the My Digital Maker Fair, as she also plays a role as a program director for iTrain Asia, an ecosystem partner of ours since the early days of the fair. Welcome to the show, Elizabeth, and thank you for being here.
Hi.
Hi, Elizabeth. It's great to have you here. Thank you for being here today. Hi, can you hear me, Elizabeth?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Now, I want to set the premise here and allow the viewers to get to know you a little before we deep dive into Girls in Tech, right? So could you share your background? Because obviously you're not originally from Malaysia. How did you end up here, and I suppose with iTrain? I clearly remember you were the community manager when we first met, in preparations for the My Digital Maker Fair 2019. So please go ahead, enlighten us.
Yeah, so thank you, Andrew, for having me here today to share more about Girls in Tech. And so myself, I'm originally from Latvia, and I moved to Malaysia 3.5 years ago to study at University Putra Malaysia. So I did my master's degree there. And ever since I started my studies, I also had the chance to join iTrain, where I would say I put my skills learned at the university into practice at the tech company there. And so it was really, really great to have such support from one of the leading IT education companies in Malaysia to start off the journey into upskilling and giving more opportunities as well for women in Malaysia. And so that's why last year we started the Girls in Tech chapter and in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. And ever since then, we've grown to around 600 members.
Fantastic. And we are obviously very lucky to have you here in Malaysia, as obviously. I understand you will have a couple of slides to share with us, and I think as we move along towards you sharing the slides, and that's where I will have certain questions for you as well. So in any case, let's get started straight into it. We obviously are curious. A lot of people are curious about what Girls in Tech KL is all about, and of course I think that comes also under a bigger global umbrella of Girls in Tech as well. So please do share your slides, and we can get started.
Thank you. I hope you can see my screen.
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yes, okay. So Girls in Tech, yes. So we would like to say we are providing a new look for tech, and to break the bias, to break the stereotype of what exactly comes to mind when you think of tech. So usually it's the Silicon Valley, the big five, coders and computer scientists. And most likely they look a certain kind of way or represent a certain cultural background or come from a certain socioeconomic class. And definitely girls is not something that comes up into mind at the first moment. So what Girls in Tech wants to make sure that everyone knows is that we need to think bigger, that tech is every industry, tech is every company, and tech is everyone these days.
I love those taglines, Elizabeth. I love it. It's so meaningful.
Yeah, and like when you come down to the numbers, it makes more sense because only like 5% of leadership positions in tech are held by women. And in Malaysia specifically, it's only 35% of tech positions are held by women. Yeah, and so these numbers are quite scary, but it is improving. It is improving thanks to companies that hire more women talent and organizations like Girls in Tech, Women in Tech, Girls Who Code, who raise the awareness that it is actually cool to be a girl in tech and that there is a space for women like us. And some more facts about that only 52 women are promoted to manager for every 100 men, and these are the things that where we want to give the confidence for the women to see some examples from other leading women and be inspired by them. Yeah, and so Girls in Tech, we want to say that it's time for change. It's time to close that gap. And so how we do it is we try to eliminate the gender gap by providing experiences and educational opportunities that leave people feeling inspired to pursue their dreams, empowered to be their best selves, connected to a supportive community, prepared to pursue modern careers, and confident throughout their journey. Yeah, and so our vision for Girls in Tech is that we are deeply committed to building the diverse, inclusive, and equitable workforce that the world needs. And so, yeah, we provide our members with educational programs, career support, and access to the tools and resources they need to live and thrive in tech. And Girls in Tech started with a single recognition that there is a smart, strong, and outspoken girl within all of us. And the organization actually was founded in San Francisco back in 2007. And it was at the start of the tech boom when the founder Adriana saw that there's a real need for spaces dedicated to underrepresented voices throughout the industry. And so it's been our commitment to make every voice heard. Yeah, so Girls in Tech is a global network, global community. And we have members over 70,000 in whole world, over 37 countries and 54 chapters. But we do have this local presence because there's as amazing all the events and webinars that the US chapter might create. It's such a wrong time zone for Kuala Lumpur. Usually it's like 1 or 2 a.m. So that's why we come in with the Kuala Lumpur chapter to create more personalized and tailored events, webinars, workshops, trainings for women in Malaysia in this time zone. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
And so that's basically the solution to breaking the gender gap in tech, which is Girls in Tech to provide these girls both physical and digital platforms where they can thrive and their voices can be heard. And these are webinars that we organize, mentorship programs. It's trainings in collaboration with iTrain and Microsoft, and virtual hackathons, and even a job recruiting platform that we're building. Yeah, and there's also a Girls in Tech podcast for which anyone can listen to get some inspiration from some spearheading women in the industry.
That sounds like there's a lot of things going on with Girls in Tech in general as well as in KL, right? Of course, before you move on to the next slides and whatnot, I want to try to understand this because when I first started promoting our session that's going to be happening right now, a lot of questions that I get or feedback that I receive, be it from parents, from other male counterparts, and even female counterparts. The question that always pops into mind is, when it comes to an organization that's called Girls in Tech KL, does that mean that, number one, girls that are not based in KL are not able to join? I understand there is somewhat of a membership. Is that correct?
Yeah, so thank you for your question. I know it is a bit confusing, but so the membership is completely free of charge, and it's based on a pure email sign up where you sign up for our newsletter and you find out what are the events happening and that we are organizing, that we are supporting, and that we want our, so to say, members to find out about. And so anyone who thinks that is relevant for them, they can join and they can participate. As to whether men can participate, we would say that yes, they can, but they have to give kind of priority to women. So
Understood.
for example, if we have a webinar that is a closed webinar, then we would give the priority to women to open up, to speak up, and so that they have this safe space where they can join in and feel like they're not being judged. So that's why we want to keep it limited kind of to women. But if there are men like you, Andrew, who know that we need to highlight these opportunities, we need to highlight more women leaders, or there's company leaders, CTOs, CEOs who are men, but they come to me and they say, hey, we want to collaborate, and I'm happy to bring these men in to support the community, because like there's only as much as we can do, and if there's support from others, that's perfect.
So another question that I usually get, and I think you kind of half answered it, but I just want to have somewhat of a certainty here. So when you said closed webinars, obviously, the priority is given to the women to participate, as well as, if there is any Q&A, again, priority is given to the women to speak up and things like that. But what about when it comes to a physical meetup? So I understand Girls in Tech regionally across different places, and you've been traveling around for the last month or so, going everywhere, right? Korea, Thailand, and whatnot. What about those kind of physical meetups? Are they kind of open to male joining into those sessions as well, or again that is a fully girls only kind of a meetup?
Well, so kind of we collaborate with Microsoft on this, and the partnership we have is called Code Without Barriers. And actually, to be honest, I had a bit of backlash, because on the first meetup I organized in Kuala Lumpur, I had some men who registered, and I sent them an email saying that actually it's only for women, and please keep on the lookout when something else is coming up. And one of the responses was that, hey, actually that is a barrier. Like, there are barriers. So I was like, oh no, okay. Then we need to think differently how we approach this. So for the meetups, what we're doing is, it is, of course, the priority are women, but if there are men, for example, like last week we had a meetup in Singapore, and there were men who attended these meetups, but they were hiring for female talents.
Right.
So if there are men who truly are advocates for an inclusive tech space, they're more than welcome to join if they can give their knowledge, if they can give employment opportunities, and like opportunities like this for the tech space to be more inclusive, they're welcome.
So I guess to summarize that, obviously you do screen through the people that you want to have attending the meetups, and obviously I think that's a great idea, for companies that are hiring female talent, especially tech talents, and if the hiring manager happens to be a male, then obviously he is more than you will be more than happy to have him at the meetup as well. So that's great. Now Yeah, so sorry, we went sideways a little bit, but I'll give you the opportunity to perhaps finish off your slides.
Well, it's actually going towards the end, so not much of the slides left. It's more about how to join Girls in Tech and where to find us, what's happening. For example, we have our website. So in the website, you can sign up for the free membership to be in the mailing list. After which there is a confirmation and possibility to join the WhatsApp group that we have, and Discord channel for communications. And then most of the updates that we roll out on what is happening, what we're organizing, usually goes through the social media sites. So we're quite active there to send in some dose of inspiration from time to time. So to keep everyone engaged.
So just to be clear again, you need not be in KL. You can be anywhere in Malaysia, and yet you can sign up as a member.
Exactly. And of course, like our ultimate goal is that we do reach out to more communities, more places in Malaysia, so that it's not only limited to Kuala Lumpur, because I think we very well know that in Kuala Lumpur that the gender disparity might be, of course, way better than it is in more rural areas and outside of Kuala Lumpur. So it is our ultimate goal to bring what we are organizing here in KL to outside, to East Malaysia, to some more areas where internet access is not as easily available, and to make the content in Bahasa as well, because we are limited to only English.
Yeah.
But of course, when there comes in more support from more organizations and government on these issues, then we can build up and we can raise our voices even better. Because sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so as you know, like we all who are contributing to Girls in Tech, the board members, we're all volunteers. So we, as much as we love the cause, it's only as far as we can go with our free time.
So it's great you brought up all those points, because it was something I was going to touch on towards the end, but let's deal with that right here, right now. It's fantastic because I do hope that the platform here today, because it is My Digital Maker Fair at East Malaysia, it gives you the opportunity to then let people over in the east of Malaysia know about Girls in Tech, and then to let them realize that even though the name says KL, it's not limited to that only. So again, obviously, you are very familiar with the My Digital Maker ecosystem as well, and you know there are a lot of partners that would be more than happy to come in and contribute in terms of providing the access, providing the participants, and even I love the fact that you're even thinking about converting some of your programs and modules perhaps into Bahasa Malaysia as well. So that's going to be really great, really inclusive, localizing that content for the girls especially, and that's really great. Now, I want to understand, when we talked about a lot of meetups and stuff like that, right? And even to a certain extent, your online webinars and all. How often does that happen, maybe in a global context, and how often does that happen for the KL chapter?
Yeah, so from a global context, it's, I would say, per quarter. And those are digital career fairs, conferences, startup challenges. But for us in Kuala Lumpur, well, at least twice a month, we have something going on. So either it's a meetup, or it's a webinar that we're doing, or it's like the mentorship program we might be rolling out. And every month we make sure that we organize some kind of session that is educational, either by providing tech skills or leadership skills, so business skills, because we truly believe that people will go only as far with their tech skills if they don't have kind of the human skills, which is everyone says soft skills, but we don't like saying soft skills because they're at no place soft. But these skills that give leadership skills and confidence skills to apply and to go and strive to achieve more in our careers, because as I mentioned, like, you'll go only as far with your data science degree if you're not gonna have, I would say, the shamelessness to apply for the leading roles, to ask for a higher salary, and to truly fight for the gender inclusiveness that is needed in the field.
Now, I want to understand a little bit as well in terms of Girls in Tech KL, right? What is the membership makeup of working professionals? Are they educators? Are they teachers? Are they even students? You know, how young is your youngest member, for example, right? Is there an age limit to when you need to be, you know, let's assume I'm a budding 10-year-old girl who codes, and I happen to have I happen to run an online store of my own, for example, and, you know, in a way she's definitely knee deep into tech. Will she be able to join Girls in Tech KL, for example?
Definitely. Well, that's the thing. We don't limit it to anything. If you are able to access our webinars that we're organizing or come to any of our meetups and you think that will be useful for you, that you will learn more about tech and you will feel that you're part of a tech community, then it's open to you. So, for example, it doesn't matter what kind of educational background anyone has, and age, that's for sure. We don't look at it, because you can become a data scientist even in your late career. And so it's really nothing to limit. And as our kind of membership at the moment, I would say 50% of the members are students. So they're either final year students at universities or fresh students, and 50% are working individuals. But that's not only limited to the ones who are already in the core, like computer science skills. There are also girls, women who are working in marketing, who are working in business development, because we have to realize that it's truly going to be that each and one of us will be working with some kind of tech tools. So it can be a marketing person who is organizing tech events, or same as me. I come from a finance and economics background degree, but I do consider I'm a girl in tech because I am managing tech trainings that educate people about the data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence skills that are needed.
Very true. Now, when it comes to mentorship, could you perhaps share with us, in terms of the KL chapter, who are your mentors, or are there people already on that pathway of being mentored by Girls in Tech?
Yeah, so the mentors that we have is from companies that want to support Girls in Tech. So how we usually collaborate with companies is that they come in with, so they come in, they say that, hey, I love what you're doing, how can we help? And then we respond, you can either become a mentor individually or representing the company, and can offer problem statements for the girls to solve at the hackathon that we'd be organizing. They can share their job opportunities that they have at the company, and then they can also lead a workshop. So it's truly many ways that the companies can support and give more opportunities for the women in the field. And when it comes to mentors, so it's at least 5-year working experience in either a tech role or leadership role. So it's not necessarily someone that is core tech
Yeah.
leader, because mentorship program, it is more in the career advancement, and it doesn't necessarily restrict to the hard skills. It also revolves around the soft skills and getting a second insight from someone external that will help in guiding the way towards what kind of jobs they should apply for, or how should they go about interviews, and which career paths they should go. So that's not limited to only tech specialists.
So it sounds like it's a very well-rounded program that Girls in Tech has crafted out. I love how you actually say that it need not be core tech only, but you talk about leadership roles and all the other human skills and human factors that applies to it, right? So that's really fantastic. We did speak about extending your footprint into many other places in Malaysia, especially, and not just within the urban-centric Kuala Lumpur. I want to ask specifically when it comes to East Malaysia, are there plans for you to do physical meetups? Are there plans to do workshops, knowledge sharing with educators especially, or even running competitions? So yes, I do understand you have that virtual hackathon. It's open to anyone and anywhere, but again, specifically something for Borneo, East Malaysia, is that something in the pipeline that Girls in Tech KL is thinking about?
Yes, so thank you for your question, and definitely something that I wanted to address, because we have it in plans, and also what we are kind of at the moment doing with our members is that if any one of our members wants to be a Girls in Tech ambassador for their communities, they can contact us, and we will give kind of the resources they need and the support they need, whether it comes to company contacts and so on, to share this information to their local communities. In this case, East Malaysia. So for example, we have student ambassadors from the main universities in Malaysia who are sharing out the events, the workshops, the webinars that we're organizing to their students, so that more of them can reap the benefits of this. And it's also up to them to start if they want to organize a meetup. We'll be there to send all the material, the information they needed to anything. And if there's someone who wants to start a Girls in Tech Borneo chapter, why not? It's possible. It does take a bit of time. It is. There are some legal not constraints, but legal papers and bureaucracy that needs to go through that. But it's definitely possible. And as to Girls in Tech Kuala Lumpur making kind of a mark in East Malaysia, that is in the plans, because one of our members, Isabel, she actually is opening up a coding school for kids, and that's a great platform where other women who are based in Sarawak specifically can come in and help in providing their knowledge and their free time to help and advance more even kids into learning what is coding, what is programming, and the data science skills. And another thing that is now in the pipeline, I would say, is that WCIT, the World Congress of IT, is going to Sarawak next year, and we are planning 100 hours of code. So that's what this year, what we did at Penang Tech Fest was with iTrain Kids. We organized 100 hours of coding, and there were more than, if I'm not mistaken, around 1,000 kids who came and who participated in these coding classes that were completely free of charge. So we'd love to bring this initiative also to Sarawak and to get every kid coding in Sarawak. So that's part of iTrain Kids, but of course, Girls in Tech would have their presence there to organize a meetup for women specifically.
You have to tell Dr. Eric Dato Eric to not also forget about Sabah as well. So let's kickstart in Sarawak, but then let's head on to Sabah as well after that. But it's fantastic hearing all these plans from Girls in Tech Kuala Lumpur. Already thinking about and have already started strategizing and planning to get your footprint into Sabah and Sarawak is really fantastic. So that's really good to know, and obviously I wish you the best in terms of executing these programs. We're here, the MYDIGITALMAKER ecosystem partners are also here. If there's any help needed, just reach out to us as well. I just want to very quickly go back to one point that I kind of in the midst of the conversation came to my head, right? So I also understand there is a job board function within the membership as well as within your website. Yes, the girls are able to hop into it and look for jobs that are advertised. Now, my question as an employer then is, how do I get some of my positions being, posted into that job board as well as an employer? What is the process like?
Yeah, so I have to be honest, there's two ways how we go around it, because there is the US-based jobs platform, which is a company has to pay for it to have their job placement published there. But of course, this payment goes into supporting the headquarter operations and the management of all the systems. But this is not limited to only Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur. But what we try to do now in Asia Pacific, that's the collaboration we have with Microsoft and Code Without Barriers program and iTrain, where we're trying to see, and we're gonna for now it's only a Microsoft form. So if anyone is interested to seeing if they can hire female talent, if they have the positions for that, they can reach out to me and I will share the Microsoft form to fill out the job description and what kind of roles they're specifically hiring female talent for. But we do want to create a problem statement in the hackathon for women to hack and create a tool that is based with artificial intelligence tools to make this process a lot more smoother and a lot more easier. But so there's two ways to go around it, in short.
Very interesting, and I hope that if some of the employers are listening in, and they can definitely alert their HR department, for example, or human resource department to then take that job board seriously, because I'm sure you have a very fine pool of girls in tech talent, and I'm sure in fact right after your session we will be speaking to two girls who are game developers from Sarawak, so it's interesting to see what they have to say as well in terms of their job search and whatnot, and I will definitely let them know that Girls in Tech will be something that they should actually really look into, and hopefully they find it useful as well. So in terms of for yourself personally, Elizabeth, I mean in your capacity as the managing director of Girls in Tech, what are the upcoming plans for the next couple of months until the year end? Are there more meetups regionally that's happening? What is the very immediate meetup or event that is happening for Kuala Lumpur itself?
Yeah, so for Kuala Lumpur, we'll have on 17th of November, our management board member, Elaine. She's a data scientist at one of the oil and gas companies in Malaysia, and she's going to be sharing in a fireside chat with me on how it is to be a data scientist, a woman in the tech field in Malaysia specifically. So that's our upcoming webinar. But in regards to meetups, we're going to have them every second month. And we just had our meetup on 8th of October. So next one should be around December. That's still in the plans.
No location yet in terms of when? Where, sorry.
Where? Well, we do this in usually in Microsoft. Microsoft is our are one of our main, I would say, supporters. So we're doing it usually at their office. And if there's any other companies who would want to welcome us, can reach out to me and we can see how we can collaborate.
I was just about to say that, right? So if any companies out there that are looking to collaborate with Elizabeth as well as with Girls in Tech Kuala Lumpur, do reach out to her. She has shared her contact details in terms of Girls in Tech earlier in the slides. So there you go. So you guys can reach out again on Facebook, and there you have it. Elizabeth's email address is also there as well. So fantastic. We can definitely, anyone at all, and I'm sure you are also definitely looking for partners to come in to collaborate, whether it's an ad hoc basis or in a longer term, and I'm sure Microsoft in that sense is in a longer term basis. But you're definitely looking for any sort of form of collaboration, right?
Yes, definitely. There's always some kind of opportunities, and we just need to, truly come together to collaborate to make the impact more impactful, more heard, and so that really raise awareness on these issues.
So Elizabeth, it's been great. It's been fantastic speaking with you. Truly inspiring seeing the work Girls in Tech KL Kuala Lumpur do in empowering more female, whether young or old, to be involved in the tech landscape. Providing a safe space, a conducive space for them to speak up and meet up and to exchange ideas, and that's more, and obviously to exchange experiences as well, right? So well done. I hope the great work continues for years to come, and I really hope to see Girls in Tech Kuala Lumpur flourish. At 2 p.m., I will be speaking with two girls from Sarawak who are recent game design graduates from UNIMAS, and now that I'm that I'm equipped with more information about Girls in Tech Kuala Lumpur, we'll get them to be part of the movement soon as well, Elizabeth. And at 3 p.m., we will have the Microbit Sifu Technologies Izwan Hadi to come do a little bit of a sharing. And then the day wraps up with Jeffrey Lowe, Business Development Director at Avion Drone, in a session moderated by Nasrul Izzuddin Awaluddin, Project Lead Digital Talent Ecosystem Development of MDAC. Exciting stuff indeed coming up ahead, obviously to close off the fourth and final day of My Digital Maker Fair 2022 at East Malaysia. Once again, on behalf of Synapse and MDAC, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for your sharing, and I hope to see you around as well. And take care and bye-bye.
Bye.